they would feel more comfortable sending me down to the hospital in Atlanta, which is about 45 minutes from our house. We live north of Atlanta in Canton, and I was at Northside Cherokee, and they did a fabulous job, and so I don't mind saying that's where I went, and Northside Atlanta did a fabulous job, so I don't mind saying that's where I went there either, so I'm just going to tell you. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. They were wonderful. But Northside Cherokee is where my mother-in-law works, and so I wanted to have the baby there, but they were like, sorry, you're going down Northside Atlanta. Well, this was around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they moved me to another room since I was going to be staying there, and yeah, I knew I was going to be staying there for a while, but I didn't know I was going to be moving to Atlanta until later that evening, but I knew that was a possibility, but they confirmed it that evening. So I ate some dinner there and relaxed a little bit, and we had some people, my mother and my mother-in-law were there, and a few of my friends came in, but we basically kind of got people on the phone and had them getting things for me. I'm like, I need to buy this, and I was going to buy this, and I have this at my house, and I have a list on the desk, and, if you could get some stuff for me, and, bring it to me, that'd be great. So we had all this stuff that was not organized at all, which was frustrating to me because I'm an organization freak. But, yeah, so around midnight, or around 11, the ambulance showed up to take me down to Northside Atlanta. They gave me some morphine, so the whole ride down there I was out of it. And I don't even remember, I remember part of it, but I didn't even realize that Adam was following us, so of course he was probably worried, and I don't know what was going through his mind. But I remember getting there, and as soon as the ambulance parked to get me out of it, I was immediately nauseous. And I don't know why, but I was nauseous all the time, so it really wasn't anything new at the time. Excuse me, my nose itches. Then I'm going through these hallways, and, I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw up, just warning you, I'm going to barf all over the place. I don't think I ever did. They gave me some medicine to keep me from throwing up, so they took me to this little dungeon room. It was dark, the ceilings were really low, and it was really weird, but I was so out of it, I didn't know what was going on. I was still in this magnesium drip. Back up a little bit. At Northside Cherokee, they put me on a magnesium drip, and I was on that drip all afternoon to try to keep my blood pressure down. And I think it was working; it was stabilizing me, but it was still too high. But it was not like 170s over 100 like it was before. But it was not normal either. But so I've been on the mag drip. I was still on the mag drip, so I felt meh. You kind of feel like you're on the flu. You have the flu, or that your veins are burning from the inside out. Basically, that's what it's like. You can handle it, but it's just uncomfortable. So then I spend the night there. The next morning some doctors come in, and this team of doctors, and they're trying to get me to stay there for 2 weeks without delivering. And I was miserable. I was like, I gotta be like this for 2 weeks. So that morning they gave me a steroid shot in one hip. No, I got that at Northside Cherokee. I'm sorry. I got one steroid shot, and it has to be in there for 24 hours before they can give you the other one. And so when I was there that first day at Northside Atlanta, in that small room, I got it that morning or afternoon or sometime that day. I was out of it, remember? This is my best recollection, and it was 5 months ago, so bear with me. I got it on my other hip, and it was in for 24 hours, so those got to work, maximize their, what's the word I'm looking for? Benefits. So then, we waited around, and they needed to do a 24-hour urine sample, which they started also at Northside Cherokee, but with the transfer and, I guess, confusion, and things seemed kind of hurried, that kept getting screwed up, so we kept having to start over again. When Saturday rolled around, it was, let's see if we can get you to last 4 days. So lots of things were happening, but that night, Saturday night, I ate squash with my dinner. I had like some baked chicken and squash. I mean, it tasted okay, like the rest of the stuff did, but there was apparently too much butter that they cooked that squash with, because after I ate that, I just felt so sick. Like, I was reacting badly to it. I don't know what was up with it, but I don't know. It was just horrible. But all night long, I felt like my heart was beating really fast, and actually, I wrote this down. I have this on this thing. I don't want to be I don't want to be too repetitive, so I'm going to start reading this document that I wrote when I was in the hospital because I had somebody bring another bag with my laptop in it. Oh yeah, and excuse my hair. Today is, Mommy's got too much stuff to do, so she's going to throw her hair up and it'll look like crap, but at least you're getting a video out of it, so just pardon my hair. And I want to color it later, so I don't want to put other junk in it, and you know how it goes. So this is, I wanted to remember how I felt those few days. So let me read part of what I wrote. All night Saturday and Sunday I was having all night Saturday and then part of Sunday I was having severe anxiety. That's what that squash was making me feel like. My heart was pounding out of my chest and they couldn't get my blood pressure under control. When the doctor and his team came in Sunday morning around 7, they could tell it was time to get Layla out because I was just getting more and more sick. Before they came in, though, the nurse, or the food people, whoever they are, came in and told me to eat something, and I ate some Rice Krispies. So I'd already eaten something, which isn't good. But they still had to get the protein counts back in my urine, and that would take a little while. I tried to rest a little bit, but my blood pressure was consistently 170s over 100s, which is horrible and made me feel even more anxious. You can see pattern here. So the protein test came back, and I was spilling a lot of protein in my urine, which means there is stress on my liver. That was their final test to definitively say that I needed to be delivered. So, I don't even know, I didn't even tell you this, but obviously I had preeclampsia. They said that the moment I walked in my doctor's office at noon on Thursday the 27th. So, I mean, preeclampsia. And it was severe preeclampsia. So, I was like, the whole time. That was at 9:05 when they made the decision. And between 9:05 and 10:07, she was delivered. She was here. A lot happened to get me ready, and I'm sure you're curious, so I will just tell you what I remember. I did not have a catheter in, so they had to put one in. Those really aren't that bad. Plus, you know, if you know that you don't have to think about going to pee, it's totally worth it. Because when you're pregnant, you're having to go constantly. And when you just can lay there and not worry about having to go to the bathroom, it's great. A nurse came in to get me to sign some consent forms. The anesthesiologist came in and did my epidural, which didn't hurt at all, and he did a great job. All I felt was some weird pressure in my back, but it wasn't a big deal. I started going numb, starting at my toes and going upward. They were getting the OR booked and set up. All the while, Adam was putting on scrubs and making sure, made sure he had the camera. Not video camera, but digital camera. I was being poked with a little needle to see where I could feel and where I couldn't feel. I was numb very quickly. They lifted me onto a stretcher and then wheeled me through a maze of hallways to the OR. All I could hear, I never saw Adam in the scrubs, but what I could hear was him having to pick up everything because we didn't know what room we'd be in. We thought we were going to a different room after the surgery, other than the recovery room. Because I was on the high-risk floor. I wasn't with all the other normal moms. Normal moms, stupid term. Then once I got into the OR, I crossed my arms and they put me on the operating table. It was weird to be lying on my back since it had been months since I'd been able to do so. I was kind of out of it because I was sleeping only an hour and a half before that, and now here I am all numbed up and laying in an operating room, haha, about to become a mother.